Hello everyone, it's your boy here, back with another video of Wizardry variants Daphne, and today we're going to be going over the Otherworld event. This event is extremely tough as the boss is not a pushover in the slightest. In this video we'll briefly be going over what you'll need to do to complete the quest and go over how to kill the boss. The reason the walkthrough of the event is going to be so brief is not only would it take this video needlessly long, but the boss is most likely going to be where you get stuck, especially since the boss scales with your main character's grade level. Yup, that means the higher your grade level, the harder the boss is going to be. If all you need are the maps for the floors, here they are. And here are the maps for the mineral locations of the Dragon Slayer and the shield. And I'd like to briefly thank the awesome people in charge of the Variants Daphne community guide for the keyed maps that you're seeing right now. The link to the community guide will be in the description below, and with that, let's get straight into the video. So at the start of the event, you're going to be tasked with saving 5 people and then explore the deeper parts of the event dungeon. You will save 3 out of 5 people, and when you explore the depths, you're going to find the boss of the dungeon, the boss being a fire dragon. After discovering the fire dragon, you're going to need to retreat behind some rocks 3 times in a row, the safe spaces being marked as empty spaces on the map. Once you successfully retreat, you'll be going to the temple to resurrect Uranus and turn in the quest at the quest board. After all of this, you'll accept the dragon slaying request and discuss with Uranus about joining your team. This has no effect on your party composition, but will be an additional NPC to help you similar to the guide in the mausoleum. Right before you return to the 3rd floor, you'll discover a burnt body. Uranus will collect it, and then you will go to the 3rd floor and collect a key from the Sagan in the room leading to the slim hallway to the dragon. After defeating the dragon, it will sink into magma and the quest will be considered complete, despite not giving enough proof to confirm its death. The 2nd and 3rd time will be similar, but the only difference being you'll be able to save all 5 people along with being able to resurrect Birkanan. Once Birkanan is resurrected, you'll need to find materials needed to create the Dragon Slayer. After getting the Dragon Slayer, you'll give it to her and kill the dragon again. After defeating the dragon the 2nd time, Birkanan will die again along with the dragon. The 3rd time you'll reset, instead of only making the Dragon Slayer, you'll make a fire shield as well by collecting 1 extra material compared to the last time, giving both the sword and the shield to Birkanan. After this you'll slay the dragon and both Birkanan and Yarmus will leave the dungeon right before the dungeon closes off. For all the material locations for the equipment needed, rewind the video to the beginning. Since we went over the entire event, let's take a look at the boss. This fire dragon is a menace, especially when your main character is steel grade. I say this because the dragon itself scales off your grade. The main issue is how big of a leap the scaling goes between iron grade and steel grade, mainly referring to its health. The health of the dragon for iron grade is about 3k, while the dragon on steel grade is around a whopping 15k. This doesn't include the offensive and defensive disparages between the 2 grades. That being said, let's get into how to prepare for this fight, and be warned, the amount of stuff you'll need might be a lot, especially depending on the grade you're on. To start off with, you'll need a Dragon Slayer or 2 of your own, along with the Troll King rings if you can afford the time to get them. The damage multiplier to the dragon, along with the damage protection from the Dragon Slayer, is going to be integral for the survival of the user, as they're also going to be your main damage dealer for this fight. Other pieces of equipment you'll need are water weapons for those who can't use the Dragon Slayer, and at least 1 piece of water armor or accessory for the fire damage mitigation for its fire breath. These weapons and armor can be found in teal junk that are obtained throughout exploring and killing enemies at later levels of the waterway port. One honorable mention for equipment is the paralysis dagger, as it has a chance to inflict paralysis with each hit it makes with the target. This is integral as the dragon is extremely weak to paralysis. This also means that moves like Thunderstrike and Itzalic, along with the item Mimic Secretion, are extremely viable options as well. The 2 moves mentioned are from Gerard and Yarmus respectively, and they both have a chance to paralyze the target. The Mimic Secretion is probably your best bet, as it's not only more effective, but it's farmable by using the Cursed Wheel and going back to beginning floor 6, and killing the Mimic next to the staircase leading to beginning floor 7. There are also some spells that will help out a lot as well in this fight. The spell Montino spellbinds the entire enemy row, preventing the dragon from using other AoE spells of its own, along with preventing it from debuffing you. Other spells to take note of is the infamous Makaltu, as it will prevent your team from taking lethal amounts of damage from the dragon's physical attacks, along with, from what I'm aware of, mitigating some of the damage from the Dragon's Roar move as well. The spell that you want to focus on the most though is Kortu, as this spell not only mitigates spell damage, but it also mitigates some of the damage that the Dragon's Breath attack inflicts on your team. Other skills and spells to help combat the dragon offensively would be Armor Break and Moreless to reduce the dragon's physical defense, as well as Battle Graph to reduce the dragon's action speed, making it easier to plan around the dragon's next turn. Lastly, a skill to keep in mind is Blood Edge, as this will continuously deplete the dragon's health for a limited amount of turns without risking the ability to not paralyze like poison does. With all of this in mind, that should wrap up the video. I truly hope this video helped you either understand how to do the event, or at least help you out on how to defeat the dragon of the Otherworld Dungeon. And if it did, don't be afraid to like and sub for more Wizardry content. And with that, I wish you the best of luck, adventurers, because with this boss, you're definitely going to need it.
You can't come here, can you? Either you have no soul cord, no book of nature, or no coffin. Either that, or your adventure's not over yet. It must be that.
I'm glad to have met you all, and joining your party, and the weapons and armor, and I'm gonna do my best, and slay that other dragon too. And so, see you, masked adventurer.